Hey guys, just wanted to show off my MOC Millennium Falcon. It's my first time doing something like this. When I was younger, that's all I had were MOCs, specifically because there weren't any kits out. And I noticed over the years, as Star Wars came out with kits, I wasn't as quick to run and buy them because I thought, I enjoyed making things from scratch. But over the years, I purchased a few models here and there and just kind of kept them on hand. But I've always wanted Millennium Falcon. I thought it was always, favorite ship. And over the last few months, I've acquired about 7 different poly bags, and I thought the challenge was to make this Falcon using only pieces from those 7 poly bags. They are, of course, the Star Wars micro ships poly bags, and I'll show you which ones I use. So that was a challenge there first, was trying to see only using those parts. And my first kind of ironic hope was to make the ship only using, of course, the most famous Rebellious ship, making it out of the Empire ships. So, of course, the inspiration was the window for this TIE fighter. Of course, I had a lot of nice gray pieces there. And then pieces from the TIE Interceptor, I believe this is called. I don't have the bag with me. Kylo's ship had the nice longer pieces there. And then the Walker, which was a nice ball joint piece that I used, which I'll show you in a bit what that went for, and a few other little bits and pieces here and there. But I found that there weren't just enough pieces, and these last 3, being Rebellion ships, I thought were necessary, so I broke into those using a few of the gray pieces from his ship, some of the black, with the Snowspeeder, again, the angled gray pieces, and more specifically, which I found a big thrill out of, was using the Naboo ship for specifically those pieces in the front, and of course the long gray pieces, which you'll see in just a bit. So out of the 7 poly bags, that was a challenge of using just those pieces, not ordering anything else or breaking up another set. And I got this little guy together. So I thought it came out pretty well. I thought I'd probably put as much detail as possible in it. Just wanted to have some fun with it, like how much detail could I possibly get in something that's pretty much palm-sized. And I thought, let's see if I can go ahead and make that happen. First off, I just made sure I had some for the landing gear, and of course I wanted to go with the classic 3 landing gear, which I know based on everybody's controversy, and did a little research myself. Was curious why it changed. And for those of you who didn't know, in A New Hope, the model was partially built, and so they had 3 landing gears. When Empire came out, they built the entire ship, and hence the 5 landing gears were needed for the support. So I'm a little fan of the 3, just for it's not as bulky and crazy as the other one was, but to each his own. But otherwise, having the landing gear was easy to get in there. And then I moved on to, of course, making sure I had the right angled gray pieces in there and trying to keep as much of the round shape as possible. Not as many layers as I would like. Had no large, round, solid round pieces for the top or bottom, but I did manage to still align the gun turrets, both top and bottom, with the hallway running. Also, like knowing that I had to use a few of these little round pieces here I thought were great for the access ports. One of them, what I think Lando used in Empire to rescue Luke from Cloud City. So I thought that was a nice little touch there. Of course, have the little port openings there. I always thought those were escape pods, but I guess I found out later that the escape pod was actually in the front of the nose here, which I guess they had in Solo. So interesting little fun fact there. I always thought they were these, but these are just access ports to attach to another ship, or docking ports to attach to another ship. So couldn't get all 6 exhaust ports in the back, not so much for space, but that none of the pieces had 6 of anything. It was either 4 or 5, so I decided to go with just the 3 larger black ones back here. Didn't have any blue pieces. I was tempted to go with yellow or orange or some of the brighter colors for the circles, but I decided to just leave it open, kind of just show where the engine energy would come out the back, and I thought the nice detail of these pieces. I love these angled pieces because it has all these little cuts, so it really adds just an automatic detail to the edges, the sides. Like I said before, the engine back here I thought was a cool touch. And, I added some red little pieces, showing where the paint was chipping off. And let me see here, the little fun toys, playability features I got to add in this. The ball joint from that Walker, I managed to make a little docking ramp. I thought that was a pretty cool little touch there. I wasn't planning on that, but it just wound up being kind of a happy accident of digging through the pieces and seeing how that fit. And got to manage to line it up perfectly with the hallway there, so that was a nice little touch there. Again, got the guns top and bottom. Originally I was going to go with these, but I thought they made a much better light fixture in the front there, and I kind of like the black feature on top. So having one there and one there, I thought was pretty cool. I might switch them out later just for maybe a photograph. But a couple little other, being so close to Easter, I had a couple little Easter eggs. I'm gonna just kind of turn this here, turn this gun. Oop, there goes the landing gear. Well, we need to take that off anyway. But if you take out this little piece here, oh, just to point out, this front nose and this bottom nose I thought were a perfect little curved piece, and that was from the Naboo fighter. So I thought, what a great touch for something this size to have that nice, clean look in the front. Of course, the cockpit, I managed to use a cylindrical part, that window that was inspired from the concept fighter, and of course trying to make it the line up and go down into the hallway of there, I thought was a nice little touch. But what I was going to show you here was this little fun little kind of Easter egg, I'm going to call it, since it is close to Easter. But if you were to take this off, if you were inside the ship and managed to get below into this, you would find his little storage area where he hides all his contraband and things he's smuggling out. So I thought that was a neat little hidey pocket right there that would fit in there. So if he was inside the ship, you could get it that way. But my favorite little Easter egg I thought was fun for me was, of course, the dish was fun here to put this in. I like that because I was able to have it turn like that, have the nice angle instead of a straight flat top or something like in the Solo film. But my favorite little part here, last but not least, is this little chest table I managed to squeeze in there. So I thought that was a fun little addition. I wanted so much more interior stuff to put in just for fun, but again, lacking the pieces, using only those 7 poly bags, but still a fun challenge. Not necessarily all made out of Imperial parts, some from the Rebel ships, but still a really fun challenge. I had a great kick out of it. This was my first MOC piece I've made, and gosh, I don't know how many years. Other than that, I've lost touch with Legos, but I've been having a lot more fun with it lately, and this is very inspiring to continue doing it. So any comments or questions, please add below. Love to hear your thoughts, and I hope that I'll be able to make a few more soon and maybe post some more videos. But just love to hear what you think. Thanks for watching, and hope everybody's staying safe and being good out there, and I'll hope to show something again soon. Thanks.